Right everyone, it is Finn here, and welcome back to the Fincross Football YouTube channel, where today we'll be discussing 5 things we learned from Tottenham Hotspur's 1, Manchester City 0, because Tottenham Hotspurs have just beaten Manchester City on the opening weekend of this brand new Premier League season, and as a Harry Kane-less Tottenham Hotspurs have just beaten last season's Premier League champions, there's bound to be a million talking points for this game. In fact, I can probably think of 100 million reasons, to be honest with you, but for an audience retention point of view, we'll just stick to 5 reasons in today's video. So without further ado, these are 5 things that we can take away from Tottenham Hotspurs beating Manchester City. Now, the first thing that we can take away from that game is the fact that Jack Grealish's role at Manchester City should be as a winger. I think, like most of you, I was quite surprised when I saw the starting 11 before the game and seeing Jack Grealish in that midfield position. I truly do believe in this Manchester City system, the way that they play, especially on the wide wings, that for Jack Grealish to really show full potential at Manchester City, he needs to play as a winger. That's where he can be more creative, a bit more tricky, and obviously get his crosses into the box. That's where he truly will shine for this Manchester City team. Now, yes, I do know at Aston Villa he obviously did play as a midfielder, but he played in more of that attacking midfield position, to a false 9 position where he played right behind the striker, right under that striker's nose. Where at Manchester City, they didn't really start this game with their proper striker. Obviously, they played Ferran Torres in that game and brought Gabriel Jesus on late on in that game, but Manchester City at the moment don't have a proper number 9 striker, and unless they've got a striker that Jack Grealish can play behind, I don't believe he should play in that midfield role. The second thing that we can take away from the game is the fact that Tanganga has the makings of a brilliant defender one day. Now, obviously, the likes of Tottenham Hotspurs has quite a competitive right-back position, as they also have the likes of Serge Aurier and Dirty, but they went for the likes of Tanganga for a game like this, and he was absolutely brilliant. Now, obviously, he's a very versatile defender, which obviously works in his favour, as he can play as either a centre-back or a right-back, as he is both very physical, yet very pacey at the same time, and he was so deep in Raheem Sterling's pocket during the game, they almost had to send a lifeguard to dive in to fetch him out. He was absolutely brilliant. The composure and just experience showed in a young player like this in a big game versus Manchester City, versus a player like Raheem Sterling. I think he showed so much experience, like years beyond his wisdom. He was absolutely terrific in a game like this, and I think that just proves how brilliant he could be in the future one day. The third thing that we can take away from that game is the fact that Lucas Moura can play a key role in this Tottenham Hotspurs team. Now, obviously last season, with the likes of pro golfer Gareth Bale coming into the Spurs team, Spurs' front 3 consisted of the likes of Heung-min Son on the left wing, Gareth Bale on the right wing, and Harry Kane in the striker position, kind of just kicking Lucas Moura to the side a tiny bit. But obviously, with Harry Kane being linked away from Tottenham Hotspurs and Gareth Bale returning to his golf courses at Real Madrid, this is going to give Lucas Moura much more of a chance in the team, and he's a very versatile player, as he is one of those players who can play anywhere in the front 3 or even as an attacking midfielder behind the front 3. And in that game versus Manchester City, his connection with Heung-min Son was absolutely brilliant. Lucas is a very intelligent, very fast player, and as I said, his connection with Heung-min Son throughout that game was absolutely brilliant. The commentators were even saying that if they keep that connection throughout the entirety of the season, Tottenham Hotspur's fans can be very proud of the attack that they could have this season, and that they shouldn't really have anything to worry about. Now, the fourth and second last thing we can take away from this game is the fact that Manchester City do need a new striker option. Obviously, after last season, they've now lost the likes of Sergio Aguero, an absolute legend at the club, and I kind of feel sorry for Sergio Aguero. Obviously, he moved to Barcelona to play with Lionel Messi, and then Messi ended up moving to the likes of PSG. It really is like watching an episode of Catfish. I mean, Aguero moved to Barcelona to meet this babe with luscious long hair and a huge Instagram following, and he's kind of stuck playing now with someone who looks like a middle-aged man with a receding hairline and a mustache. Obviously, jokes aside, Martin Braithwaite is an absolute legend and will win a Ballon d'Or one day, but I do feel sorry for Sergio Aguero. Obviously not happy at the club, but looking back at Manchester City, they do need a new striker in my opinion. I can really take that away from the game. I thought throughout the game, their creative chances were absolutely brilliant. In the middle of the park, Manchester City were great. They really dominated. On the winger positions, when it came to both their fullbacks and their actual wingers, they created so many wide chances. They looked really good, but the one thing they were missing was a proper number 9 in the box that they can cross the ball into to score the goals. I believe whether it's the likes of Harry Kane or whoever they get as their striker, they really do need a proper prolific striker who will score those goals. Now, obviously, the likes of Ferran Torres played in a false 9 position. Yes, once again, that is good, but not a number 9 position. They obviously still have the likes of Gabriel Jesus, which once again, not a bad striker option, but Manchester City, if they want to be the best team in the world, they need a striker who can score 20 goals a season, season in, season out, and I just don't see him being the man. Now, the fifth and final thing we can take away from Tottenham Hotspur's win over Manchester City is the fact that Tottenham Hotspurs don't need Harry Kane to win, and I think this is absolutely huge for the club. Look, obviously Harry Kane, in my opinion, is one of the best strikers in the entire world. With Harry Kane in the squad, yes, that would help Tottenham Hotspurs massively. It would move them 2-3 positions up on the table compared to where they would be without him. I truly do believe that, but I don't think they need Spurs to win. We've seen on many occasions without Harry Kane in the squad, Tottenham Hotspurs can do really well. That's how Tottenham Hotspurs got into the Champions League final all those years ago. But in a game like this, we really showed that they don't lack an attack without Harry Kane. Yes, they didn't have that many shots on target, they could have been more prolific, but through this Premier League season, if they keep on improving, if they keep on having the same attacking chances like they did versus City, I don't really see them having that problem, because the likes of Bergwijn, Lucas Moura and Heung-min Son, that trio in attack was absolutely brilliant. And in that game, I feel like Dele Alli kind of stepped up a level, and I feel like if that attacking kind of diamond really pushes and keeps on improving throughout the season, I do feel like the goals will eventually come. As I said, without the likes of Harry Kane, yes, Tottenham Hotspurs will score less goals, but I don't feel like they are as dependent as we once thought on Harry Kane. And guys, those are my 5 things that we can take away from Tottenham Hotspur's win over Manchester City. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you want to see more content like it, make sure that you do hit that subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate it. Try to be slightly more accurate than Tottenham Hotspurs with hitting that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. And obviously leave a like down below if you want me to kind of continue this throughout the season with kind of the bigger games when 2 big teams play against each other, or there is a big result that happens. If you want me to do 5 things we learned about that game, if you want me to continue the series, make sure that you do hit that like button, and as I said, hit that subscribe button to catch more football content in the future. I really enjoyed making this video. I hope you have enjoyed watching it. But Tottenham Hotspurs, I am very impressed with you. Well done. But guys, this has been Finn, FYNN. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, cheers.